Okay, that last video, I had a problem with the microphone. I'm going to upload it anyway because the CNAs were acting the fool and it got recorded at 10 o'clock at night. They seem to think everyone should be up. I'm probably one of maybe two that are up here now because everyone else is in like their 80s. There's a woman here that's pushing 100. So, I mean, there's one or two people my age, but I know there's a guy younger than me that's got MS too, which is a little weird. You know, I came here and nobody knew what MS, seemed to know what MS is and the things that happen when you have MS, but they still act like, what am I doing? Oh, okay. I thought I was still on the other video. Man, this MS is messing with me. So in this video, I'm going to talk about our orange Messiah. What is he? Mandarin Messiah? Something like that. And, well, I might do a separate video to talk about the stupid crap that happened on Signal. Because as you may or may not know, I used to be in military intelligence. Had probably one of the highest clearances in the world because I worked for DARPA and the NSA directly in an experimental project. Just by accident, not intentional. But it is, you know, I got to do some interesting stuff. So I believe, there's one thing, I knew that we had a problem within the second time I heard this guy talk back in 2020. Because I hadn't been paying attention, because back in the early 90s, I got put in prison for putting a bunch of MPs in the hospital. And I was handcuffed at the time. And they all thought I was so dangerous they put me in solitary for the whole time I was in there. And so I never paid any attention to politics. Because why? I can't vote anyway, right? So I was arguing with my sister back in 2020 she said something. I said, well, they can't do that. They can't. They can't lie when they're in the, the Congress, the auditorium, whatever it is. And she was like, yes, they can. You know, we got in a big fight about it. She stormed off. I said, well, you know what? I really don't know. I should probably say before just blowing smoke. You know, I should probably find out if I'm telling the truth or not, because that's just what I assume. I don't know for sure. Oh boy, did I find out that I was wrong. The Republicans, my God, if their mouth is moving, they're lying. And I was standing up for her with my sister until I realized, holy cow, they lie about everything. You know, and I couldn't figure it out. And then Trump did what he did. He, did the whole storming the Capitol and stuff. And I couldn't figure out why nobody went after him. The Democrats never went after him. So I'm an independent mostly. I can't vote, but if I did, I'd be the independent. Yeah, because I think that both sides they have their issues as far as policy goes. As far as what they do, it's really just the Republicans. Wow. But then he did that, But back in 2020, I said, that dude needs to go to jail. After I heard him speak only like twice. And then he wins again. And the thing is that he won the things that he was saying when he was campaigning are the things that happened when he was elected. That's a little odd. because he was talking about, I'm gonna win by a landslide, and I'm gonna win the popular vote and all that. I'm like, there's no way, and he did. Not only that, he won like most of the states or something. And I'm like, how in the world is that? And then I heard that somebody, wink, wink, called in bomb threats to like 20 different voting places in Pennsylvania, which was the one state, if either side lost Pennsylvania, they were going to lose the election. And sure enough, but in any case, that wasn't enough. He had to keep on going. Every single swing state, he won, miraculously. And now you got people talking, experts talking about how it was stolen and that there were some issues because, and being an IT professional for, how long have I been an IT professional? For 35 years or more. I used to be one of the best in the country at network engineering and stuff, internet stuff. And so this will give you an idea. Back in the 90s, when Microsoft started their certification program, they sent me Windows NT to beta test for them. And they tried to get me to come on board as a certified, what they call it back then, Windows networking, something or other, I don't know. But I put the NT disk in my computer to beta test it, and it couldn't find the drivers for the CD-ROM in order to finish the install. And I'm like, well, that's that. I throw it in the trash. I never spoke to Microsoft again. Now, I've used Linux since 94, 95, and I was a Linux developer there for a while, so I've done a lot of stuff. What was I talking about? Something about what's-his-face. Oh my God, I forgot. That's an MS thing. Sorry, folks. What I do know? Oh, I know what I was talking about. I was talking about him rigging the computers. Because of all of that, I knew that you're not connected to. Well, it shouldn't be. If it is, it's in secret, and that alone is a problem. But they're not supposed to be connected to the internet. But if they have a USB interface and the security wasn't done correctly, or depending on what version of Windows they're using, I assume it's in kiosk mode, which means that they're limited in what they can do. But there's a way to get out of kiosk mode. I can't actually remember what it is right now. I think you hit F8 when you reboot or something. But if you have a USB drive and it automatically is set to automatically run files on the USB stick, that's all you have to do. Pop in a USB stick, it'll download all of the changes, and Bob's your uncle. There's a fixed election. And these people had that software for 3 years. They had the software that they used in the last election for 3 years. If you gave any hacker worth his salt that operating system for 3 years, he could surely figure out how to get into it. So I don't believe for a second that this last election was on the up and up. And yeah, I find it funny that Bush. See, here's one of the things that really bothered me. In the military, I took the exact same oath that they took in Congress and so forth. To uphold the Constitution, protect the Constitution, all that. So when Biden, in that last year, when he knew that last 6 months, I guess it was, when Kamala Harris took over and she was running against him, it was Biden's duty to protect the Constitution after what's-his-face said he was going to destroy the Constitution. That was his job. That's what he should have done. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody in Washington violated their oath of office when by letting him take office. They violated their oath of office by allowing him to continue to walk the earth and not be in prison. Because you know that the people, they're a militia. Now, they give militia a bad name. I've got it on my Substack. I did a article about the Minutemen and, oh shit, what was the other ones called? Was it the Brothers of Freedom or something like that? But they were the people that made us who we are. We at that time we were a colony of England, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be the United States of America. Now there is a need for militia, but not those kind of militia. You know, see, militia is supposed to have a brain in their head. These people out here, they just, like Tario, is that his name? They just think because you disagree with them, that gives him the right to storm the Capitol. That's not correct. You have to do it according to the Constitution. You know, you have to understand the Constitution and understand the separation of powers. You have to understand all of that and be in a militia in case someone like Orange Jesus takes over. And then you go in there and you kick him out by force. I'm sorry, but that's what I believe the Second Amendment was for. But you're supposed to do it according to the Constitution. You don't just make shit up. Like, oh my God, what is this about abortion? I'm going to tell you, I totally disagree with people who get an abortion. It's for GP. I think that, you open your legs, you done the deed, it's over. You need to be a mom, period. That's what I believe. I believe if you're raped, etc., then yes, that's an exception to the rule. But this whole thing where, well, I'm only 18, I'm too young, I have to go to college, I've got time ahead of me. I've heard that argument. That's bullshit. Look, if you opened your legs and you did the deed, too bad. Sorry. You're a mother now. You screwed up your future. Or make it happen anyway. One of the two. You hear my voice? Oh, I'm talking like I'm drunk. That's MS. Or it could be some of my medication, I guess. But it's a symptom of MS. Yeah, I don't think people like that should be able to get an abortion. I just don't. However, that's what I think. I also think that what I think has nothing to do with what the law should be. The law should say that a girl and her doctor need to come to a conclusion about the child and the abortion and so forth. Hold on, I have to fix my camera. I'm putting quotes up. All right, I think we're still good. Yeah, it's still recording. All right, that's why I have a gimbal that's broken right now. So I'm just balancing my phone. What did it fall for? Oh, I must have hit the wire. Yeah, I don't believe that. That's my belief, though. Who am I to say that I'm right or wrong? And that's the thing that these Christian nationalists don't understand. It's not up to them. Nothing is up to them. They can't decide. Like that Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's like, you know what? First of all, practice what you preach. Because when you were in court and you lied your ass off saying, I don't remember, and to get off. Because you knew your ass was going to prison if you answered correctly. And what did she do? She lied her ass off so she could go back to Congress, and then made a big deal in Congress, like she does every day. You know, she's constantly lying. And that woman needs to be booted. But she thinks that the Constitution, everybody in the United States should do things the way she thinks. You know, which is nobody. What is it she did last? Well, I kind of agreed with her there. You know, the whole trans reading things to kids or whatever. If that's really true, look. Let me say something right now. As far as that goes. Well, that's another topic. The CNAs are on their way down the hall again. What is it? It's 11 o'clock. Yeah, that's another video. So let me finish this video here. What I think, ultimately, because the Republicans are still lying. And like, why in the world would they still be lying? Because what they're doing now, like this whole thing about don't go out to the and do town halls and all that, that's just stupid. And it's stupid to do things that are causing the people that put them in office the strife. You know, they're not going to win again. And then I got thinking, I'm saying, that is probably what it is. It's because all of the Republicans believe that because of Trump, and I don't blame them, because of the way Trump acted after he took office. Well, probably I didn't pay attention when he won the first time. What his demeanor was when he was, you know, what do you call it? Having this little conferences and stuff. I don't know what he was saying. I know what he did after he took office. All of that, everything that he's done, and them backing him up, and all of that, and him being impeached twice and stuff, and them voting to not convict him, that was stupid. They have come to the conclusion, and I don't blame them, that unless Trump takes over and makes this an oligarchy, and it's no longer democracy, they're probably never getting. They're not going to win again in their lifetime because they've screwed up too much. And once Trump is gone, they have to go back to figuring out how to command a large group of people to get elected again. I think that we'll always have some Republicans in office to offset the Democrats a little bit. I mean the progressives, but I don't think they're ever going to win the presidency. Not for a good, probably 15 years at least. You know, what is that actually? That's 16 years. It's going to be a few terms before they ever win again because of this bullshit with Trump. They've screwed up. They screwed the pooch, and now they're all in, and they got to keep going, and hope that they end up with some table scraps. You know, once it's all said and done. You know, otherwise they're not going to be any worse off anyway. And I think, honest to God, I think that's what it is. They know that they've screwed the pooch. They know there's no getting out of this unless they have to go the whole, you know, the whole 9 yards, and hope that they end up, you know, in a position of power in the end. Otherwise, there's nothing else for them to do. And I think that's the case. Now, the Democrats, that's just stupid. You know, for them to be backing off the way they are, that to me just tells me that the people that think that they're taking kickbacks are probably correct. Not all of them, but a good number of them are taking kickbacks from probably some of the same people that are controlling the Republicans. And that means that whenever this is going on, they're telling them to back off because they want to get the tax breaks. They want to make more money, etc., and so on. So I think that's what's going on right now. And what we need is for people like Bernie Sanders, AOC, and Crockett. Well, and what's her name? The girl with the thing on her head. Ilhan Omar. Yeah, we need all of them to like boot the Dems in the butt, get them to do something, and then once the Dems take power, they need to change all the laws so this can never happen again. One big thing that I thought had to be happening, which I found out that is not happening at all. I mean, we got a felon in the Oval Office. That's craziness. First of all, I would say if you're a felon, if you can't vote, you can't be elected either. That should be the law. And I think everybody who runs for office, depending on the office, probably any office really is going to be top secret SCI. But I think that they should have to get a clearance before they even run. And that's why? Because they're going to have to deal with classified information if they win. So they have to pass at least the investigation. Maybe not get the clearance. I don't know if there's a cutoff point where, because it costs money. I mean, they said it costs over $1 million to train me and to get me my clearance. Or maybe it was just to get my clearance. I forget, because they had quite a chore to investigate me. It took them a while. It took them longer to do my clearance than anyone else that I was in school with. But yeah, that's what I think. I think that they've screwed the pooch. They know it, and they're along for the ride and hoping that at the end, Trump takes over. They just have a position of power, and they can continue to ride the gravy train instead of going home, because that's their only other option. And I honest to God believe that. And as far as Trump goes, I don't think that's the case with him. I think the thing with him, it's kind of like those people that kill their girlfriend or boyfriend, because if they can't have them, nobody else can. I think that's what it is with Trump. That's why he's destroying everything. That's why he doesn't care. Because in the end, he's either going to continue to be the leader, or somebody else is going to take over in his place, and they're going to have a mess to clean up. But that's what I think he's doing. Ultimately, I think he wants to take over, but right now I think he's having it on about facing down the judges. But I think in the end, he probably will do it. He's going to try and take over the country. Now, if YouTube doesn't delete this video, if they do, well, might as well not tell you that. I'm putting it on an alternate site. I can't remember the name of the site right now. But I'm going to do a video about that. I'll put it up there so that y'all know where you can find me. If for some reason stuff gets deleted here, I'll mention it. All right. Thanks a lot. You make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, because it helps me out. Hopefully I'll be able to change my circumstances, with getting paid by Google, or hopefully, somebody out there will have some Bitcoin or something to send to me at cryptic.blockchain. And that's CRIPDICK, not CRY. And hopefully that'll help me change my circumstances. So I'm going to do a buy me a coffee kind of thing. Also, maybe a GoFundMe or something like that, because I really need to change my circumstances. Right now, I get paid $30 a month. That's it. That's all I make. Everything else goes to this nursing home. So I can't. And my cell phone bill is $28.50, I think. So there you go. So I don't make anything. I can't even start making money on YouTube until the money I make on YouTube replaces my insurance, my house, everything. I shouldn't say. Well, I guess I'll say my housing because God knows my stuff is there, but God knows if I'll ever be able to go back to that house. I might have to go somewhere else. So I'll have to worry about that. Then I have to worry about my insurance. And until I know that I've got more money to survive like that, I can't, because as soon as I start making money, they will stop my Medicaid, and I'll be out living under a bridge or something in a wheelchair. That'd be funny, but not. So do what you can for me, people. Don't. It's pretty tough out there. So unless you can handle it, don't do it. But I have no choice but to ask for help. So like, comment, subscribe at the very least. And thank you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.